House Hightower of Old Town is one of the most powerful of the noble houses in the Reach. Their seat is the Hightower, located in the city of Old Town. The sigil of House Hightower is a stone-white watchtower with a fire on the top. Their motto is, "We light the way," and they possess a Valyrian steel sword called Vigilance. The Hightowers are among the oldest and proudest of the great houses. They have often preferred trade instead of war, and have also avoided many wars because of their support for the faith of the Seven. A proud family, some Hightowers are said to have dabbled in alchemy and necromancy. Members of House Hightower, thus far described, tend to have silver or golden hair. The family is ancient, existing since the dawn of days when they were petty kings. While most scholars believe they descend from the first men, Master Yandel posits they descend from the seafarers and traders that settled at the top of the Whispering Sound in an earlier time. Men who came to Westeros before the first men and seem to have founded the original incarnation of Old Town. Whatever the truth, the Hightowers resided in the ancient Blackstone fortress of Battle Isle at the mouth of the Honeywine before the High Tower of Stone was built. The Hightowers built 4 successive wooden beacon towers atop the fortress. The legendary King Uther of the Hightowers said to have commissioned Bran the Builder or his son Brandon to design the 5th tower, one built entirely of stone. Uther's sons, King Aegon and Prince Paramore the Twisted, were integral in the foundation of the citadel. During these early days, Old Town was threatened and sacked many times, including by Ironborn raiders, Dornishmen, and the armies of the kings of the Reach, House Gardener of Highgarden. The kings of the High Tower raised strong walls and higher towers to keep any further invaders out. Old Town was not brought into the realm of the Gardeners by conquest, but by marriage during the reigns of King Lyman Hightower and King Garland II Gardener. Lyman the Sea Lion wed the daughter of Garland, while Garland put aside his own wives to marry Lyman's daughter. During the coming of the Andals, the Hightowers and the Gardeners allied with the newcomers. Thus they were able to keep their wealth, lands, and privileges. Protected by the might of Highgarden, the lords of Old Town turned their eyes to trade and commerce and grew with every generation to become one of the richest and most powerful noble families in Westeros. The Hightowers were also one of the first great lords to accept the faith of the Seven and thus gave their patronage to the establishment of the office of High Septon and the building of the Starry Sept as the center of the faith. Through the centuries of the Kingdom of the Reach, the Picas and Osgreys boasted about marrying their daughters to Hightowers. During Aegon's conquest of the 7 kingdoms, Lord Manfred Hightower heeded the High Septon and did not join his liege lord, King Mern the 9th Gardener, on the march to the Field of Fire. Soon Mern was dead and Highgarden surrendered, with the Tyrells replacing the Gardeners. When Aegon the Conqueror arrived at Old Town on Dragonback, Manfred opened his gates. Aegon spared the city, and the High Septon anointed him and acknowledged House Targaryen's right to rule all 7 kingdoms. After the High Septon objected against the suggested match between Prince Maegor Targaryen and Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, he suggested instead his own niece as Maegor's bride, Cerys Hightower, the daughter of Lord Manfred. Cerys and Maegor were wed in 25 AC. Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, the younger daughter of the deceased Prince Aegon and Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, was sent to Old Town by King Maegor to be raised as a septa. When her mother Rhaenyra fled from Maegor in the night the next year, Maegor sent a rider to Old Town commanding Lord Hightower to behead Rhaenyra as punishment for her mother's betrayal. Lord Hightower refused, however, and imprisoned the messenger instead. He then declared his support for Prince Jaehaerys. The Hightowers were strong supporters of the Greens against the Blacks during the civil war known as the Dance of the Dragons. King Aegon II Targaryen was supported by his mother, the Dowager Queen Alicent Hightower, and Aegon's grandfather, Sir Otto Hightower, served as his first hand of the king. Sir Gwayne Hightower, one of Otto's sons, served as second in command of the city watch of King's Landing. Otto and Gwayne were killed amid the fall of King's Landing, however, and Alicent was taken captive by Aegon's rival, Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. When House Hightower needs to call its soldiers and bannermen to arms in its name, it summons them by changing the flame atop the Hightower to green. Meanwhile, Lord Ormund Hightower, Otto's nephew, commanded the Green's army from the Reach, which also included Ormund's cousins, Sir Brynden and Sir Hobart Hightower. Ormund knighted Prince Daeron Targaryen after the battle on the Honeywine, and the Hightower host fought at Longtable and Bitterbridge. Ormond and Brynden were both killed by Lord Roderick Dustin at First Tumbleton. Although he was an ineffective leader, Hobart sacrificed himself during his poisoning of Sir Ulf White after Second Tumbleton. After the Targaryen Civil War, Daemon's daughter Rhaena married Garmund Hightower and had 6 daughters by him. House Hightower gave strong support to neither side during the First Blackfyre Rebellion, keeping a foot in both Targaryen and Blackfyre camps. In the recent history, during Robert's rebellion, the Hightowers remained loyal to King Aerys II in the Targaryen dynasty. Sir Gerald Hightower, the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, was killed at the Tower of Joy. The Hightowers knelt to the new king, Robert I Baratheon, after the defeat of the Targaryens. House Hightower continues to be patrons of both the Citadel and the Faith of the Seven. They are as rich as House Lannister and can field 3 times as many swords as other Tyrell bannermen, as well as the manpower of Oldtown. Current Lord Leighton Hightower has not descended from the Hightower in over a decade.